So what we see here in Washington is we see a man that's whole in every way. Every part of him, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, is intact. His conscience, his spirit is working true to a great cause. He's moral, he's integrous in everything that he does. And mentally, he's intelligent, he's wise in battle. Emotionally, he's able to connect with hearts. He's able to be vulnerable and humble when it's required. And what we see here is a whole man. It says in Luke 10:27, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your strength, and with all your mind, and love your neighbor as yourself. It's only possible to do your neighbor, to do others, to connect with your wife, children, your church. It's only possible to do that if you're a man that's fully intact. Everyone say heart. Everyone say my soul, my strength, my mind. There's 4 parts of a human being and 4 parts of a man that we see here. There's 4 intelligences, you might call them: IQ, PQ, SQ, and EQ. So the mind, there's a need to it's not about being good at reading books or you are great at school, but IQ is about your speed of understanding, being able to understand and comprehend, being able to continually learn and understand and ask questions and grow. That may be academically, but it also may be about things in life, about new areas. I'm constantly challenged as a man with new frontiers, and since becoming a husband and a father, there's always new frontiers of manhood, the challenge of your family's finance, the challenge of handyman jobs around the house, the challenge of training and raising children. There's always new frontiers where I can apply my mind and learn through asking questions and reading and researching, or I can withdraw and stay mentally comfortable, but not rise to the next dimension. There's strength. Strength is about, and our body is about how we execute, the way that we use our hands, the way that we use our feet, the way that we use our bodies to actually fulfill our destiny. And it's important that physically we're in the kind of shape that can carry us forward in our future. There's no good being a great father if you die of a heart attack at 45. SQ, there needs to be an alignment in the spirit. And not only in the spirit as we understand it as Christians and Pentecostals, but also in the spirit as in pursuing truth, in the spirit as in doing things that align with our conscience and not doing things that deny our conscience and deny what we believe in. And then there's the heart, to do with passion, to do with emotional intelligence, to do with relationships. And an important part of this weekend, that the tables you sit around, the discussing as men, the having a laugh at men, a lot of that is in the area of the heart. Because you could sit in a conference in straight lines, like Peter Shadbolt said, and you can hear mentally and take information in. But emotional intelligence and connecting heart to heart is different. It's not about information. It's about learning through others. It's about camaraderie and actually doing life shoulder to shoulder with other men. Showing, I love the last session there where we took communion, because there was an opportunity, and on my table here, I thought we were probably the best table out of all the tables. So the way we took communion was the most spiritual. We were the last table to run to the food. So I thought we really nailed it. Man, true men here. Well, I think the revelation is most potent over here. But to take communion together, just have a moment of vulnerability and share about our upbringing, share about our weaknesses, and then thank God that we can come around communion and that Christ makes a way forward. We couldn't even be vulnerable. We wouldn't even be able to do that unless Christ had died on the cross. We'd be stuck in our self-protection and our pride and our inferiority and our fakeness. But because of Christ's blood on the cross, we can say, I struggle with humility. I'm a bit harsh sometimes. I'm a bit passive sometimes. And we know that through Jesus Christ, we can grow. The last column there, the 4 parts of you, it's so critical that they're operating and that they're healthy and that you're engaged with them, because they help give your life purpose. And without purpose and meaning in your life, then what are you living for? You're only living for a paycheck. You're only living to survive another day. You're only living to hopefully one day kids grow up and don't hate you. I mean, that's no way to live. But these 4 things in operation in a healthy, holistic man, well, the mind, therefore, becomes a place of learning. There's a purpose to the mind, to keep learning, to keep understanding, to keep discovering this world. The body, its purpose is to give life and to aid life. You can't live life to the full if you've got an injury that you can't even walk. You can't live life to the full if you're physically not working top notch. And I know for men this is a particularly weak area, to go to the doctor, to acknowledge that I actually have an injury, that I need to see a physio and rehabilitate. Like, we find this difficult because we're often not honest with ourselves even about physical things. Therefore, how are we going to be honest about emotional things, spiritual things, deeper things? The purpose of the Spirit and is to be able to leave a legacy. It's a spiritual thing to leave a legacy. Yes, there may be the physical assets or finances, but the legacy that you leave, the most powerful legacy you leave, will be in the Spirit. To hand your children Christianity is the greatest legacy. I'm so thankful every day that I was born into a Christian home where Christ was right in front of me. Yes, I still had to choose, but he was right there. It was clearly taught, and that's the greatest legacy that you can leave your children. It's the greatest legacy you can give to anyone connected to you. And to love, the purpose of life, to have a heart that's loving, that can be loved, rather than to have a heart of stone that can't accept love, that can't encourage, that can't affirm, that can't look at the good in someone. So I hope you can begin to understand the importance of these 4 areas